In this video, we're going to look at favourites and preferred items and how they're managed through the group administration account. On the dispensing screen left-hand side is a filter which shows preferred item, favourite list, with account, all items, and all plus discontinued. This determines what's shown on screen when you search for a drug. Here we're going to search for Simvastatin 20, and you'll notice the filter goes to the with account option. This is the default supplier that you've got set up in your branch. All of the items are available from that supplier, and when you select one and dispense it, it would then automatically be added as a favourite. You can now see that if we search for the item again on the dispensing screen, the filter this time will switch down to the favourite list. This item has now been added to your favourites. You can also remove an item from favourites by clicking on the X button on the right-hand side of the screen. This will delete the item from the favourite list and then return you to the with account option. It is possible to have more than one version of the same drug added as a favourite. Here, Simvastatin 20 has actually been added twice as a favourite, one made by AH and one made by Accord. A preferred item is similar to a favourite, however you can only have one preferred item per drug, and this will sit at the top of the hierarchy of the item filter. You'll also notice you cannot delete a preferred item from the dispensing screen. Now let's take a look at how the favourites and the preferred item lists are managed through the group administration account. First, log into your group admin, and then click on Stock from the main menu, and first of all, we'll look at the Favourites Manager. If you have more than one pharmacy using RxWeb, you can select which branch's favourites you want to manage by using the drop-down menu in the left-hand corner. The favourite lists are organised alphabetically by the tabs along the top of the screen. One of the functions of the Favourites Manager is the ability to add items to your favourite list without the need of dispensing them first. You can do this by clicking on the Add button at the bottom of the screen. The main purpose of a favourite list is to only display certain items to the user and have those items order from a specific wholesaler. So we'll search for our drug, Simvastatin 20, and we'll select the appropriate wholesaler we want to order that item from. Here we can see Lexon has two different versions, a tablet and an oral suspension, and just to compare, we can see what Alliance has in their product file. So let's switch back to the supplier that we want to use, Lexon, then select the item that we want to add as a favourite, make sure that the appropriate branch is selected, and then click on the Add button. Now if we close this screen, and then go to the S to U tab, scroll the list down to our Simvastatin, and here we can see the Tiva branded Simvastatin, which will order from Lexon once it's dispensed. Another function of the Favourites Manager is the ability to remove items from the favourite list. Let's tidy up this list because we've got three different versions of Simvastatin 20, one which will order through Lexon and two which will order through AH. So let's get rid of those two by selecting them in the grid and then clicking on the Remove button. A confirmation pop-up will appear. Just make sure you've got the correct ones and the correct branch, and then click on Remove. Now if we scroll the main list down again, we should now see that there's only one version of Simvastatin 20 in the favourite list, which will order through Lexon when dispensed. Once you've curated your favourite list by adding and removing items, you're then able to copy that entire list to any of your other branches. To do this, just click on the Copy All button at the bottom of the screen and a pop-up will appear. By pressing Copy and selecting which branches we want to move them to, we can then copy that entire list into any of the other branches. Here we'll select our New England branch and then click on Copy. The favourite list from our first branch has now also been copied into the New England branch as well. Now let's take a look at managing the preferred items from the group admin screen. Click on Stock from the main menu and select Preferred Item Editor. You'll notice the layout is very similar to the favourites, with the items alphabetized in tabs along the top and the ability to select which branch's preferred items that we're editing. To set a drug as a preferred item, click on the Add button and then search for the product. Here we're going to search for omeprazole 10, and then if we click in the product list heading, we can group all of the items by supplier. So these are the AAH ones, and then the other suppliers we have as well. In this instance, we want to order the item through Phoenix, so we're going to select one of those from the list and then click on Choose. Once we close that screen and then click on the M to O tab, we can then see our omeprazole 10 ordering through Phoenix has been added as a preferred item. Likewise, if you want to remove a product from the preferred item list, select it from the screen and then click on the Remove button. Confirm by clicking on Yes, and the item will be removed. And finally, let's take a look at the Preferred Item Manager. Click on Stock from the main menu and select Preferred Item Manager. The purpose of this screen is to select your preferred items from one branch and either copy individual lines or the entire list into any of your other branches. Here we can click on Select All, and then from the list at the bottom, choose which branch we want to copy those items into. We'll select New England and then press the Copy button. Now if we change the source branch to New England, we'll see that the list is exactly the same. The other option you have in this screen is to delete items from the list. So we can select 3 here and then click on Delete Selected, confirm that we wish to do that, and then click on Remove. Those items are then deleted from that branch.